everybody, and welcome to the MotoGP World Championship. It is the Grand Prix Emilia-Romagna. The last three races of the campaign, 75 points on offer. Today, Fabio Quartararo has his first chance of taking the World Championship. He just needs to be 3 points clear of wherever Pepe Bagnaia finishes. However, qualifying proved to be a different matter. Let's take a look then at the qualifying highlights in a special treat with the highlights as well, because it could be a defining moment in the championship. Five seconds to go then until the start of the first qualifying session for the 2021 Grand Prix of Emilia-Romagna, and Q1 is underway. The green light is on and the session is go. Taking part in this session as well is Francesco Bagnaia, second place in the championship, Johan Mir, Michele Pirro, Aiki Lucanoa, Fabio Quartararo, the championship leader, having to go through this session as well. Brad Binder, Maverick Vinales, Enea Bastianini, Alex Marquez, Takiki Nakagami, along with Alex Rins, Andrea Dovizioso, his final ever appearance here at the Rimini circuit. His home track, Valentino Rossi, heading out now for what could be his last ever qualifying at this track if he doesn't get through to Q2, along with Lorenzo Savadori down in last place as well. Already through to Q2 was Zarco, Martin Miller, Marc Marquez, Paul Espargaro, Petrucci and Marini. So we've got the top two drivers from this session going through into the next session. So we'll see what they are going to be in a couple of moments' time. But 14 minutes to go. The riders are out there on their lap. And, of course, every lap is crucial. So first time on the board then, Aiki Lucanoa crosses the line and does a 137.729. Next rider across the line is going to be, I think, Lorenzo Savadori, but he's coming to the pit lane. So it will be the 63 out there as well of Francesco Bagnaia, who will next cross the line in the Ducati Lenovo. Bagnaia does a 137.952, goes into second place. Alex Marquez to third, Binder fourth, Pirro in a P5 at the moment. Nakagami moving up the order as well to P5. Bastianini going into P7. Michele Pirro as well being P6. Rossi goes P8, but look at this from Fabio Quartararo. He was a 10th up in the second sector, now not, but everyone going much faster on their second lap times. Here comes Quartararo then into the last corner of Mazzano, exiting out of turn 16, firing into the line on the Yamaha. Got to get out of Q1, got to be in the top two. Got to be clean, and it's top for Fabio Quartararo. El Diablo puts it with a 137.593 already on the top step. So, only Mir and Savadori to set times, and Mir's on a lap now time now, as everyone does run number two. Right, here's run number two then. Aiki Lucanoa crosses the line and goes top, 137.333. The track getting 2/10 a lap quicker then. Here comes Francesco Bagnaia. The computer saying he's a second faster at the moment. Will he go top? Lucanoa's time, 137.333. Bagnaia's time across it now is a 136.105. 1.4 seconds a lap faster. Alex Marquez goes into P2. Brad Binder goes P6. Michele Pirro goes P5. Johan Mir goes into P8 because Nakagami goes P6. Quartararo looking extremely fast at the moment as well, but he's just dropped to 10th in that third sector. Rossi goes P12 as well. Savadori's not set a lap time just yet. He's the only rider not to do so out of the 14 runners. Remember, only the top two go through to take part in qualifying two with 12 riders. Vinales goes third, but here comes Fabio Quartararo to the line. Can he get into the top two? Yes! Second place for Quartararo, 136.606. Rins goes into third, but Bagnaia's already going fastest. Red sector 1, red sector 2. Third lap time then across the board. Lucanoa goes top, but now Bagnaia goes top. 1:35.604 for Francesco Bagnaia. Lucanoa down into second place then at 1:36.024 was his fastest time. Quartararo is a lot faster this time. Aiki Lucanoa still with the fastest first sector time. He's just gone through as well. Now Bagnaia takes that away from him with a 26.116. Cross the line then. Next up will be the number 12 of Maverick Vinales. Maverick coming to the line. What can he do? Top Gun. Will he go into the top two? We're about to find out. No. P5 for Maverick. What about his ex-flying partner, El Diablo? Goose coming across the line, and he goes P2. Quartararo now in there as well. 1:35.789. Lucanoa third, Rins fourth, Marquez fifth. And after 3 runs, they're still going out there because they're on the dry tyres. Everyone out there on soft front, soft rear, dry tyres. The track is drying after having a wet session all the way throughout the weekend. Every session's been wet. This is the first time they've gone on just the dry tyres this weekend, and I'm not too sure, but I swear I heard someone might have gone down in my earphones, but it looks like it's okay so far. Bagnaia still fast as they approach the last sector, and this is going to be yet another run through for Bagnaia as he approaches the line. Quartararo is 2/10 fastest, but Bagnaia is 7/10 faster than his own best time. Marquez as well looks faster by 0.03 of a second as they come to the line. Bagnaia on his fifth lap, does a 1:35.236 with Marquez going P2, a 1:35.476. That drops Quartararo out of the way. Johan Mir goes P5, 1:35.924. Binder goes into P7 as well across the line. Michele Pirro, I think, has backed out to the pit lane. He has. Nakagami 9th. Bastianini goes P10. Dovizioso stays into P13 as well. We all turn our attention to El Diablo and Fabio Quartararo. Fastest first 2 sectors of anybody. The same goes for Maverick Vinales. Vinales crosses the line now, jumps from P8 up to P4 on the board as well. Here comes Fabio Quartararo across it now. Quartararo goes P2, 1:35.268 with Alex Rins here as well. And something is just not stopping Bagnaia. He is a man on a mission. Fastest 2 sector times once again. Last lap times then, probably on this run then. Bagnaia does improve once again. This time he's 0.5 of a second faster. Bagnaia does a 1:34.650 despite being slow overall in the last sector. Marquez goes into P2. Lorenzo Savadori not taking part in this session after his crash in free practice 4. He has broken his collarbone. So that is Lorenzo Savadori out for the remainder of the weekend. The same happened to Joe Roberts in Moto 2 earlier on this morning. So once again, it's a broken collarbone that's put him out of the session. Here comes the runners then. Alex Marquez into P2. Lucanoa goes P3. Quartararo down to P4. And he's a 10th down as well. On this lap time, he better get up there. And he can't do it. On this lap time, Quartararo does a 1:34.876. And there's a crasher. We've got a yellow flag. So someone's down sectors 1 and 2. Someone's hit the deck. And I'm trying to find out. It could be Johan Mir. He's not moving, no. I think it's actually Maverick. No, it's Brad Binder. Brad Binder has crashed, and that has brought out the yellow flags. Nobody can improve then on this lap time. It's yellow sectors 1 and 2. They'll take this opportunity to come into the pit lane. Nobody can improve. Bagnaia might be able to because he wasn't in that sector time when the yellows came out. Oh, Michele Pirro's crashed as well in the 3rd sector, right behind Fabio Quartararo, I believe. So that is now yellow sectors 2 and 3 on the deck, with Pirro crashing and Binder crashing. Bagnaia crosses the line, goes fastest, but surely that lap time's going to be deleted by the stewards. And there's another off. Somebody else has gone off in my earphones, and it's a big one. It's a big one. They're all dropping down now. Johan Mir has crashed down. The bike rocked the side of the cameraman's angle as well. So Mir has crashed at turn 16, the last corner on the track. And the yellows are out sectors 1 and 4. So nobody can improve. They may as well all come into the pit lane. But they're dropping like flies. 3 crashes in the space of 60 seconds. Unbelievable. Someone's gone down. Someone's gone down on the deck once again. There's a yellow out in sectors 1 and 2. And that has spoiled Fabio Quartararo's last lap time as well. Quartararo is 13th at the moment on the grid as Enea Bastianini has crashed. And yes, Quartararo's had to back out of the lap time. And Bagnaia is in the third sector. He's clear out of this way, the yellow flag. So now this is a real situation where Bagnaya's going to qualify into Q2. The same goes for Alex Rins, but the championship leader, who has his first chance of wrapping up the title this year, could have it gone. Yellow flags are brought in, greens go back out. Did Quartararo go through that sector time? He must have. It was in the first and second sector, and he's only down by a little bit. Checkered flag comes out as Bagnaia crosses the line with a 1:33.393. Brilliant time there. Luca Noah is P2 on a 1:34.099 as well. Rins is out of it. He's gone into P3, but still on a lap time as well. That's not quick, but we're about to see the first sector. Marquez takes the checkered flag. That's Alex Marquez. He goes into P4. He concludes his lap time. Nakagami as well has taken the flag. So's Binder. Salvadori's out of it. Here comes Quartararo to the line. He's half a tenth down at the moment. This is not going to be good enough, but he might just scrape through to the line. Can Fabio Quartararo get into the top two? No! He only goes P3. Quartararo starts the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix from 13th place, and he needs to out-qualify Bagnaia by 3 points in the race tomorrow in order to be crowned world champion. And has gone exactly the way we were predicting it in practice as well. For qualifying, it's Bagnaia and Luca Noah going through. Quartararo starts 13th on the grid. Maximum disruption for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. It is absolutely brilliant. Quartararo fails to get through for the first time in 2021. He will not be in qualifying 2. It's the first time this year he's had to go through qualifying 1, and he's failed in the first attempt to clinch the title. It goes down to Bagnaia, who will start presumably inside the top 5, maybe the front row of the grid, to try and clinch it. As we see a replay of Mia dropping the inside front tyre into turn 16. So, Bagnaia and Luca Noah go through. It's Quartararo who starts 13th from Rins, Marquez, Nakagami, Vinales, Bastianini, Mia, Binder, Dovizioso, Pirro and Rossi, with Salvadori not racing with a broken collarbone. What a Q1. On to Q2. And the green light is on, and qualifying 2 is underway then for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And this is the interesting one as well, because coming through this session, Johan Zarco, Daniel Petrucci, Luca Marini, Franco Morbidelli, Aiki Luca Noah, Aleix Espargaro, Jack Miller, Paul Espargaro, Francesco Bagnaia, Miguel Oliveira, Jorge Martin and Marc Marquez are the riders going through. We've had a lap time cancelled for Fabio Quartararo. He starts this race 15th tomorrow. Let's get on the track. Let's get some times in. Marc Marquez goes over the top of the bike and somehow holds onto it. I have never seen that. Once again, Marc Marquez went to hit the brakes and the bike nearly threw him over a high side moment. He got back on it, and now he literally sits back with his hand on his shoulder as well. How on earth did he not drop it? It's coming down through turn 1 into the kick in turn 2. The bike locks up on one of the white curves, nearly throws him over, and Marc Marquez does one of his legendary saves as well. The first time we've seen one of those since 2019. So Marc Marquez, full commitment already, and saves a fantastic failure down at turn 2. He does it in terrific style once again. Right, here's the first times coming on the board then. Aleix Espargaro, 140.546. Then Luca Noah, 135.307 is his first time as well. Petrucci, Oliveira, Aleix Espargaro, the top 5 have set points. Here comes Francesco Bagnaia. His Q1 time was a 133.393. What's his time in Q2 to begin with? It's a 134.167. Still very much respectable out there as well for Bagnaia. Still looking quite quick as well. Jack Miller, next to cross the line, crosses the line in P4 on a 135.854 as well. Decent time on the board. Then we get Oliveira 6th, Aleix Espargaro 7th, and Luca Marini goes into P8. Martin, Marquez and Morbidelli all setting lap times as here comes Johan Zarco out onto the track for the first time. And already Bagnaia's 3/10 fast in the first sector. Can anybody stop Francesco Bagnaia as Morbidelli goes P7 on a 139.244 on the board? Next time's on the board then. Aiki Lukanoa goes P2, reduces the gap to just a 10th and a half. Alicia Spargo P7, Oliveira P5 as well. Bagnaya looking good. And Petrucci's had his lap time cancelled as we've got a yellow sector 2. I thought I hit someone go down, and it's Jorge Martin gone down on the deck as Bagnaya does a 1:33.045. So he's now faster than he was in qualifying number 1. Martin's crashed there in sector 2. Don't think that's going to affect many people. Miller goes P3, 1:34.766. Here comes Marquez for his first time in the day. Goes P8, 1:37.773 on the board as well, with the yellow flag out on the track. Bagnaya there into sector 1 looking good. Marquez just about holding it off as Bagnaya's first sector time is a 10th and a half up on its own best time. Brilliant stuff so far, and it's going nicely on the decks. Brilliant, brilliant. Oh, and Jack Miller going through the gravel trap at Carvone, just running in too wide on the green and just taking the wet line on dry tyres straight through the gravel. He's got back on and okay. He's already on another lap, but bad lap there then for Jack Attack Miller. Someone's down on the deck. We just heard it over the radio. We're trying to have a look and see who it is and who's not moving. I think it's Jorge Martin again. Is it Martin again who's gone down? Because he's stopped in the 4th sector. Marquez does a 1:34.656, but someone is down. The yellows are out, and it is Jorge Martin for his second crash of the session. This time it's at turn 16. He crashed at turn 8. And now he crashes at turn 16, 8 turns later. And that's brought the yellows out in the 1st and the 4th sectors. Briefly, we'll go back to green. Marc Marquez comes to the line, P7, jumps up into P3, a 1:33.850, 4:23 to go of the session. It's getting quite close now and quite dangerous as Jack Miller goes P2. Great time from Jack Attack, 1:33.250, so he's 2/10 off the pace of Bagnaya at the moment. But Ducati front row with Repsol Honda on the exit of the 3rd row with Paul Espargaro P3. Jack Miller is looking electric across the line, and he's only crossing with the yellow flag out in the first 2 sectors. However, Jack Miller's time was a 1:33.070. It is 0.025 as Daniel Petrucci has crashed at turn 6 in the last 30 minutes of the session to go. And that is it. Done. He's out of it. He won't go back to the pits in time. And everyone now backing off because Marquez has hit that sector back to green. But it doesn't matter. Marquez down in 6th at the moment. Bagnaya on top as Lukanoa goes P7. The game is on as Marquez gets passed by Jack Miller down into the braking zone for turn 8. Aiki Lukanoa has crashed. As Jack Miller still stays there. Oh, it's turn 5. So he joins his teammate KTM's Tech 3, not having a great job here at the moment, staying down on the deck with 1:18 to go. It's getting tense out there, but yeah, we've got a yellow, but it's gone green now. Someone's gone down, and I think it's going to be Marc Marquez. I thought it was. Marc Marquez crashes in sectors 1 and 2. I think he's gone down at turn 5? Turn 6, yeah. So turn 6, Marquez crashes, and I think that's it. Lukanoa pits, Petrucci pits, Martin pits. They're all the ones who went down. They've now returned to the pit lane. But I think with 10 seconds left, no one is improving. I think this could be it, but we're waiting for Bagnaya, who's in his first sector time. As the checkered flag comes out now, the session is over. Paul Espargaro 3rd, Oliveira 4th. Alicia Spargo is P11 at the moment. Let's see what else is going to happen. Luca Marini crosses the line, but Morbidelli goes P5. Luca Marini goes front row. Luca Marini on the Sky VR46 squad goes front row. And his home race in the brother of Valentino Rossi goes front row. Fantastic time. And I think he's the last surprise. Luca Marini takes the front row in his home Grand Prix, and the brother of Valentino Rossi is very, very happy. Jack Miller is second. Nobody else improving. With that yellow flag now being removed from the first sector, it is Francesco Bagnaia who does the impossible. He tops qualifying 1 and he goes and tops qualifying number 2. The Ducatis are first and second once again. The gap between them is 0.025 and he's crashed it. Zarco's crashed it and he's gone onto the bike. He's okay though. Zarco goes on down, coming out of Curvone at turn 14. But Bagnaia will cross the line, knowing he doesn't have to do anything. He has done it. Bagnaia takes pole position for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. He needs to win tomorrow. He needs 3 more points than Fabio Quartararo. And as it currently stands, with Quartararo starting 15th, this title fight is going to go down to Portimao in 2 weeks' time. This is really dramatic stuff. The title, surely it won't be decided tomorrow's race. Hello everybody and welcome up to the commentary box for the MotoGP World Championship Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix as well. The last race here in Rimini for Valentino Rossi, the 9-time world champion, 7-time MotoGP champion. Look at that, the Sky VR46 team with Luca Marini, Valentino Rossi's brother, starting 3rd on the grid. Grazie Vale at the back there. Quartararo in 15th, starting medium front, medium rear. The 2 Ducatis at the front of the field, Bagnaia and Miller. Hard front, medium rear as well. Megan Birch alongside me in the commentary box once again. Megan, we're in for an interesting race here this weekend, because this could be the day the championship is decided. But Quartararo 15th on the grid, Bagnaia on pole. If the gap is more than 50 after today, the championship goes down to Portimao.
It is very good. It's going to be a very exciting day. I mean, in every single sense of a word, due to all the other things going on as well today. Though also, I'm kind of wondering why they've got umbrellas over them.
The sun is shining. The rain is in the air. The
Oh, so they're like
Emilia-Romagna
parasols.
Grand Prix is about to get underway.
So those are like parasols.
The crowd roars as the appreciation for Valentino Rossi is high. We're in once again the Emilia-Romagna region here in Rimini in Tirol in Italy for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. The last ever race here for Valentino Rossi in his hometown. His brother, Luca Marini, also from here, starts front row of the grid for Sky VR46 Aventine. Can they take a victory today? But all eyes are on the championship challengers, Francesco Bagnaia and Fabio Quartararo. The gap is currently 52 points between them as well in the standings. There is the live points standings that you will see throughout this race as well. If that gap is more than 50 at the end of this race, Quartararo is the champion. If it is less than 50, then the fight goes on to Portimao. Brad Binder starting this race in the pit lane, as we see, which means that this is how they line up on the grid. Francesco Bagnaia on pole position. Alongside him on the first row is Jack Miller. Luca Marini starts 3rd. Row 2, Paul Espargaro, Miguel Oliveira and Franco Morbidelli. Row 3, Marc Marquez, Ike Lucanoa, Daniel Patrici. Row 4, Johan Zarco, Aleix Espargaro and Jorge Martin. Row 5, Alex Rins alongside Alex Marquez and Fabio Quartararo. Then Enea Bastianini, Takiki Nakagami and Joran Mir has row 6. Row 7, Maverick Vinales, Brad Binder starting from the pit lane, and Andrea Dovizioso starts 21st. Row 8, Michele Pirro and Valentino Rossi in his home race starting last. We were supposed to have Lorenzo Savadori returning from injury, but he crashed in free practice 4 and has broken his collarbone.
He is really unlucky, isn't he?
Incredibly unlucky. It's match point in the championship. Bagnaia, if he wins today, and Quartararo, who starts 15th, doesn't score any points, so he drops back to 16th position as well, the gap would be 27 points going into the last 2 races. And we're back in a circuit where Bagnaia won. Bagnaia will take the title to Portimao if he gets 3 more points than Quartararo. But basically, in layman's terms, if the gap is 50 points, it goes down to Portimao and the last race of the year in Valencia. But if the gap is 51 points, Fabio Quartararo is the world champion. It's time for a last dance at home. Save the last dance for me, because Valentino Rossi is making his last appearance here at home before the end of the year. The lights are about to come on. The riders are lining up. Megan, it's going to be a very dramatic race. Bagnaia won here 5 weeks ago. Miller alongside him. Can Bagnaia take this title down to Portimao? Or if he crashes...
I'm hoping he does.
But remember, if Bagnaia crashes...
Take it to Portimao, not crash.
Yeah, but if Bagnaia crashes, Quartararo is immediately the champion. It's match point.
What if Quartararo crashes?
It doesn't matter. The gap will be 52 points. The gap cannot be less than 50 points. Lights on, lights out for match point. And the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix has already had a great start with Jack Miller and Pepe Bagnaia side by side in turn 1 as well. Paulo Espargaro diving up the inside as well. One of the KTMs has made a fantastic start. Miguel Oliveira has really fought back up to the front as well. He's in P2. Bagnaia leads. Mark and Paul are making a bit of a battle together. The track is so dark out there. It's still damp in places despite the hard conditions. Miller's back to second as well, and Rossi's up into 22nd. He's passed Dovizioso. Quartararo has dropped down to 17th place on his start. So right now the championship will go down. The points as they stand, as I said, 27 as the smoke gets sent off. Marquez looks to the inside of Oliveira for 3rd place. Marquez back to 3rd as we round Corversa for the first time. Pass through Rose Tree planted for Marco Simoncelli.
I tell you what, who got a really fantastic start was Oliveira and Paulo Espargaro, actually, because they both just rocketed up. Because, I mean, Paulo Espargaro is still good for Marc Marquez. He got, I think, one of the most...
Quartararo's up into 15th place as well. Bastianini is falling down the order. He's now down to P18 on the board as well. So he's already changed positions there. Ever so slightly. Quartararo now looking at the inside of Nakagami. Down at turn 6, down at turn 14 at Caro. And he's got through. Quartararo with no fear at the moment. The gap now 29 points in the championship.
He's determined to get... the championship today, so we can just bet he's a bit agitated. And Zarco passes Petrucci.
So he's moved up into P12. Petrucci down to P13. Petrucci had a few crashes in the practice session as well, especially in practice 2 when they all tried dry tyres. They all went all over the place. Baton mid further back as well. The Sky VR46 bikes here. Luca Marini in a yellow bike today in support of his brother Valentino Rossi. Johan Mir, the champion from last year, getting very side by side with Takiki Nakagami over 15th. Zarco has dropped back down to 14th place as well. So he's been passed by Petrucci and Quartararo, who makes his way up to 13th. The gap now 30 points in the championship. As it stands, it's not enough. It needs to be over 50.
Zarco is the only one on the field not to improve at all
Vinales,
for 2 sectors.
Mia has gone down to 18th. Vinales has gone down as well as Paulo Espargaro dives up the inside of Miguel Oliveira for P4 and gets the position down. Quartararo still P13. Bagnaia has got 5 tenths over Jack Miller. Miller, though, is holding back the maniac, Marc Marquez.
Petrucci down into 14th now. Wonder what's going on there. He seems to be going very slow.
Everyone changing positions as quickly as they possibly can as well. Desperately trying to hold back as well. Quartararo
hasn't improved at all in any of the sectors.
And Mir has got a double long lap penalty. So Johan Mir, the champion from 2020, the reigning champion, will have to serve a double long lap penalty because he jumped the start. I don't believe it. So, and we know it was a very quick lights out, but it was a jump start penalty. Marquez fastest up in the race, a 1:32.910. Fastest lap time we've ever had here as well was Bagnaia, set earlier on 5 weeks ago, a 1:31.058. So we're not quite there yet, but with the same track conditions, the same bike conditions.
Oh, someone has
down.
dropped. Mia is...
Crashed.
Is it the long lap?
Yeah, has he crashed out?
Yeah, he's crashed.
So, Johan Mir has crashed out. We can hear in our ears.
I bet he was just like...
He's crashed with Daniel Petrucci. Mir has crashed with Petrucci. Okay, so...
they're kind about it.
They give each other a high five and a hug as well, so I don't think that's their fault. Let's take a look what happened. Oh, Petrucci clapped the back of Johan Mir as well. So they were both leaning in towards turn 2. as well at the Valentine Di Parco corner, and it was just a clip. Daniel Petrucci just clipped the back of Johan Mir. Yeah, well, Petrucci is not in MotoGP next year, is he? He's going to race somewhere else.
At least he's not holding any hard feelings.
That's his last race here as well. That's his last race, Daniel Petrucci, in Italy, before he leaves Formula One.
Passes
leaves
Rossi.
MotoGP, sorry. Leaves MotoGP, sorry.
Dovizioso passes Rossi.
So effectively, Rossi now running 21st and last. The yellow flag has been retrieved. We go back to green flag running.
And it's confirmed that neither Petrucci or Mir is restarting because it says retired.
Yeah, they are out of it. So I was surprised that they couldn't get Mir's bike going at least. Or Petrucci, because it was just a simple fall.
Yeah.
But end of the day for them both.
Rafa must have got into.
Yeah. So, Bagnaia leading. We've got a three-way fight for the lead here. Bagnaia, Miller and Marquez. The latter two are trading fastest laps. Miller's last lap, 1:32.840. Marquez's a 1:32.734. And the top three are closer together. That Repsol Honda back in contention. Marquez returned his crown as the king of Kota last time out, and he seems to be back. He's taken a full season, but this is classic Marc Marquez hunting down the race leaders.
It is, and I don't like...
Miller diving on the inside of Bagnaia into Corsair, but he's backed out of it.
I don't like how close Marquez is getting to.
Yeah, it's very much pack racing for MotoGP at the moment, isn't it? We're not used to this pack racing.
It's a sea of red.
Yeah, look at this as well. Look at this. That is Jack Miller really stepping the bike up midway through the track. That was down at Tremonto at turn 10. Now they're going down towards turn 11. Fifth gear, 275 kilometers an hour. Flick the bike towards the left and the right, coming through Carvone before the braking zone as well. Marquez all over the back of Jack Miller. Miller is being a fantastic wingman. He is letting Bagnaia go through. Fastest first and third sectors for Peppo. Heart rate, yeah. Davide Tardozzi, there he is. Oh, he's down! Miller's down!
Oh!
In a big accident! Just like we saw an hour ago with Raul Fernandez down in the last corner. It's Jack Miller who drops out off the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix.
He's furious. It seems like a lot of people are going down this time. Though, that was bad. He was literally just turning it. It looked like he was just being Captain America.
Front turned in. Let's take another look at it off board. So into turn 15. This is turn 16 now at Mazzano. The front just dropped on him. The front wheel went. No chance of saving it. That's a nasty accident. And that's over 195 kilometers an hour.
It was very lucky there that Marquez didn't get clipped because it was close.
Yeah, yellow flag still out in the fourth sector. It's just been retrieved. So that is 3 retirements in the opening 5 laps. It's now another dogfight, just like we had in Aragon a couple of weeks ago. It is Francesco Bagnaia versus Marc Marquez. Another dogfight. Repsol Honda, for the first time since 2019, have a double podium at their hand. Not even that, for the first time in a number of years. It's a double podium on hand for Repsol Honda as Paul Espargaro is running P3. Could we see a Repsol Honda 1-2 for the first time, I think, since Danny Pedrosa and Marc Marquez did it in 2017?
Yeah, I kind of want that.
Yeah, I do. That would be fantastic.
All right, let's see where Quartararo is. He is down in 11th, just as Rins passes Luca Noah.
So they've swapped over positions for 9th and 10th, yeah. As they continue challenging. Marquez, here we go. Play the Jaws theme once again because it's part 2 of the Bagnaia-Marquez battle that we saw back in Aragon. Marquez grunted in a bit too late through turn 1. He's trying everything. He's hooked right back on to that Ducati. It's unbelievable.
I don't like how close he is.
I don't. One little brake manoeuvre wrong and you're going over the top of the handlebars. Marquez had a fantastic save in qualifying yesterday, in qualifying 2. You saw it in the highlights that we showed just before the start of this race. Down now out of turn 7 on the run down towards turn 8 at Quersa. And he's got to go on the inside line. He backs out of it. That Ducati is so fast in the braking zone. It's unbelievable.
Nakagami is trying to make a move, I think, and
Nakagami, yeah, he's having a go at Zarco. I don't know if he's got through. Oh, and Quattararo. Oh no, Marquez has passed Nakagami. So Marquez passes 13th, Nakagami to 14th, but Quattararo passes Lucanoa and goes into 10th place. He got through at course before coming into Tramoto at turn 10. Now through Carvone.
I tell you what, the Marquez brothers are really going for it today.
Lucanoa's dropped down to 12th place. Zarco's got through him as well, so they've switched over positions once again.
It looks like Quattararo is trying his best to get up there, though he's not faster than Rins, so that's...
No, it wasn't, was it? Yeah.
It's not looking good for Quattararo.
There's Jack Attack, who thanks to Marshall with a high five and gets back in.
Oh, that suit is just like...
ripped and dusty. Early bath for Jack Attack. And let's take another look at it. So this is on board with Marc Marquez, the angle we were watching with. Down then into the last corner, and the front, it just buckles on him and away. It was actually coming through turn 15, so... that's an even worse corner to crash off at. It's a very unusual one.
Ooh,
but
it came very close to that bike hitting him because there was also debris coming off it.
Yeah, the few of the end plates and the winglets came off the side there. Back to the battle at the front then as well. Marc Marquez seems to be back to 100% fitness. It's taken in the entire season. He has won 2 Grand Prix. He won the German Grand Prix in mixed conditions, but he absolutely dominated at the Circuit of the Americas last time out.
Binder track limits warning just as Alex Marquez gets past Lucanoa.
So they've changed over once again. Marquez is now holding on Bagnaia. For Bagnaia, he has to win this race to stay in contention for the championship.
Oh.
But as Marquez was a little bit wide there through turn 13, 14 and Caro. Yeah.
Nakagami passes Lucanoa, so Lucanoa's really not having a good lap because he's get passed by 2 people. Binder further down the field, something weird just happened with the timing screens.
Yeah, Binder's to 15th, Bastianini to 16th
They
place.
must...
Sorry, I thought I heard someone down in the earphones. I thought I heard scraping.
I think it must have just been like a little battle between Lucanoa, Binder and Bastianini because I saw all their things like glitch.
Yeah, you know when something's going to happen because you can hear the scraping on the floor as well. Because we've got the commentary from BT Sport very little because we can hear the bikes more than the commentators. So it's handy for us to hear as well. We can't have it on during the Formula 1 though, otherwise it sends us all headache here because there's 3 of us. Yeah. But right now, look at Quattararo. His bike got completely out of it, down towards turn 1 as well. He had to wiggle the bike to getting back into motion.
I don't know why, though. I get the feeling it's a little bit tired.
Yeah, I would say that as well. He had a lot of arm pump issue earlier on in the season as well. Do you remember? He struggled later on in the race.
And he's struggling to get past Rins. And usually when he's trying to get past Rins, he's like really going for it and he's there. He's not right now.
Yeah, he's not used to this, is he? Being in a mid-fight pack. He's used to running at the front.
He's exactly
this isn't great for Quattararo as well. At the moment, he won't clinch the championship today. It needs to be more than 50 points. The gap is only 33 because 25 on offer with 2 races to go. So 25 times 2 is 50. The gap is only 33 points. So it will go down to Portimao when he can be crowned champion. It's very unlikely it'll go down to Valencia. So Valencia in November will be a dead rubber race. Rossi's 19th now, ahead of Dovizioso, so he's got through on the pass there. Dovi just getting ready. He's on the 2019 bike, so he's not even on the 2020. He's on a very old bike as Rins slips up the inside now and gets ahead of Jorge Martin. Quattararo nearly touched the back. Quattararo had a bike slide and nearly touched front wheel to wheel with Jorge Martin. That would have been a big accident.
We don't want another Petrucci Mir accident.
The one thing as well we don't want happening is what Kenny Roberts did, Junior with Colin Edwards as well. Was Kenny went down and Colin Edwards fought him for the title back as well in the Superbikes as well. So it's very close between them because this championship could still be lost by Quattararo. If Quattararo crashes out and breaks his leg, he's out for the rest of the season. Bagnaia only has to win the next 2 races and he's champion. And that's easily done, look, because he's holding his own.
Track limits warning, and these first sector times are coming in now. And
all 3 fastest.
Yeah, the top 3 are just like the fastest of all. Now the second sector times. Oh, it's not a good sector 2 for Bagnaia and Marquez, so it's a really good sector 2 for Paulo Espargaro and Oliveira.
Here's the points as they run then. Fabio Quartararo, as things stand, is on 261 points. Francesco Bagnaia, 227. The gap would be 34 points between them. Only those two riders can be the world champion for 2021, and the gap is 34 points between them. Don't worry, in the last race next time out, we'll have this in a little screen on us with all the time.
I'm getting a little bit concerned now about Luca Noah because he was just passed by Nakagami. Was it Nakagami? No, it was Binder. And then Bastianini. And that's been happening a lot this race. He just keeps getting passed quicker and quicker.
And Nakagami's crashed. Nakagami, he's going down to the timing rods. I don't think it's transponded because he stopped at sector 4 and we have got a yellow flag.
Crashed.
Yeah. There it is on the deck.
Rider okay.
Yeah, okay, so he's okay. So Nakagami has crashed out. Rider okay, according to our screens. But it is Nakagami out of the race.
We've still got 18 laps to go when we've already lost like 4 drivers.
Yeah, and now he's rejoined.
Oh.
Nakagami's back in the race. So it looks like...
big.
Okay, so if he's done that at turn 14 at Caro, it looks like he's just dropped
Alex Marquez.
Alex Marquez is down. That's brought out another yellow flag. He's dropped down to 19th place and has stopped on the track in sector 1. So Alex Marquez has crashed, but Nakagami has rejoined the race. And it is 5. Alex Marquez who has stopped on the track. So has... Okay, Nakagami's got going again, but yeah, Alex Marquez has stopped in the first sector.
5 people that have crashed.
Yeah, yellow flag is out. Once again, it came in for Nakagami rejoining. It's come back out for Alex Marquez.
I'm just going to get confirmation on here in a second.
It's only lap 10. Look how low that helicopter gets as they cut through Carvone at turn 11. 299 kilometers an hour, flat out into the braking zone.
Marquez stopped with technical issue.
Oh, okay. So Marquez so the bike's cut out basically. We've gone green, so we're all okay. But Marquez, Alex Marquez, that is out of the Emilia-Romagna Grand
Which
Prix.
Is sad because he was having a really, really good race.
And it promotes Quartararo to P9 though, but look how close Mark. Did Mark touch the green? I swear Mark might have gone off the curb and touched the green. If he did, he'll get a warning. Sure. So we'll keep an eye on it.
I tell you what, I've only just noticed Morbidelli is doing amazingly well.
P5 at the moment as well, yeah. Franco Morbidelli.
You see him more midfield. It's like him and Quartararo have swapped bodies.
Well, don't forget as well that Morbidelli's now on the factory Yamaha bike. He's no longer on the same one as Valentino Rossi. But ever since Morbidelli came back from injury, Luca Noah's now down 2 places. He's
Yellow
down.
flag.
Yeah, sector 1 he's down. Luca Noah's down. He's retired.
Told ya, Luca Noah. I saw him going down repeatedly.
No, that's Marquez. That's Marquez. Somebody else has gone down.
Yeah, but Luca Noah has crashed out.
Yeah, we just heard it on our radio.
Told you it's a problem. I told you, didn't I say he was having problems?
Front tyre, I presume, went. Otherwise, it's a failure. But the yellow's out in sector 1 now as well. So
that's 6.
Ike Luca Noah has crashed out. Here he is. Look at the KTM rider out of the race.
Why is his thing open?
Visor. No, the vest. He's probably turned it. He's not on the bike anymore.
Let's hope it didn't come off like it did with Quartararo when he was winning that race.
I presume he would have done it immediately to get the chest protector out. We'll take a replay. That bike's gone over. Look, it's got wing damage.
I really want to see a replay.
Yeah. With the yellow flags come in, we're back to green flag running. Still a dogfight between Bagnaia and Marquez. The gap between them is still a tenth of a second. It has been so for the past 5 laps so far. It's lap 11. Oh, and Bastianini has passed Brad Binder. Binder down into 13th place, but it's an amazing race from Brad Binder considering he started it from the pit lane.
It is quite a good race. And I've just realised something. Okay, we have 16 laps to go, right?
Oh, what's happened there? Luca Noah's passed Marquez despite the fact that they're both out of the race. So presumably one bike's passed the other on the slip road.
We have 5 drivers out.
Yeah.
I mean, riders.
Yeah.
And one who crashed out also rejoined the race.
Yeah, Nakagami.
And that started all at 23 laps. Every lap.
We've been having an accident. Yeah, you're right.
I'm scared for the next 16 laps. Just saying.
You are correct, though. Every single lap there's been an accident, and it keeps it going. So we'll keep an eye what's happening next. But battle at the front. Bagnaia runs a little bit wide. Marquez running in behind him as well. The fight is on. Marquez doing what he usually does as well, just holding enough behind everybody else to really start pushing later on.
Alex Alicia Spargo has passed Franco Morbidelli. Oh, he's getting very close to his brother there, isn't he?
Yeah, so the two Espargaro brothers once again closing with each other. Mark getting very close then to the back of Pepper Bagnaia. The fight is on, the race is on, and there is so much more action coming up in this Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix.
Right, so everyone's time's coming in. It's really not a good lap for the first two, Bagnaia and Marc Marquez, though it is quite a good one for Paulo Espargaro because his last two sector times were good.
So Quartararo improving after he moved up the order. We'll keep an eye on his racing positions. Marquez at the moment still having the go, still having the attacking momentum. He's dragging that bike around. Yellow sector one. Who's down, Megan?
I can't...
Martin.
Oh, it's Martin has crashed out, though Ryder is okay. Told ya. It's another lap.
So, that's a big one. Oh.
Is he not? He can't get...
No, he's fine. He's fine.
He was struggling to get up there, though. He
Yeah.
can't get up.
That is a bad one for Jorge Martin.
His leg, I think.
No, he's okay. He's just winded, I think. He can get up. He's just a bit winded.
We haven't seen Luca Noah's crash. Yeah.
No, we haven't, have we? We haven't seen a replay from any of the crashes. We haven't seen Marquez stopping, Luca Noah crashing.
Marquez, we saw him go into the thing.
Yeah, we haven't seen him stopping on the track. That's what I mean.
So why aren't they showing it?
Yeah, it's a bit bizarre.
I really wanted to see it.
Well, that is Jorge Martin out of the race with a big accident. There's still a yellow out at turn one.
And what did I tell you?
Oh, and Aleix touched the green there as well, so that could be another penalty coming his way. But double yellows now at sector one, so they're still not there. Rins dives up the inside of Luca Marini down at Caro at turn 14, gets the move done and gets back on track. Nice manoeuvres between them all. Get yellow retrieved. We'll go to green.
So
that's another one a lap. 17 left. Reminder that if Quartararo finishes now in 16th place, the title will still go down to the last race. So if Bagnaia crashes, he'll still score a point coming up. So which means the title will have to go down to Portimao. It can't be done today. That's what we've decided. The championship cannot be won today. So much for a certainty as Quartararo nearly bins it, trying to get past Luca Marini over P8.
Everyone's just crashing.
Everybody's just finding it crazy. Well, this is the first time they've run in dry conditions all weekend. Even warm-up this morning was a bit wet and damp. But this is the first time they've run in dry conditions all weekend long.
What, they're just being shocked into crashing?
Yeah, they're having to use muscle memory from 5 weeks ago when we ran here in dry conditions. And it's costing everybody out there.
I feel like Emilia-Romagna is like the worst track for crashes at the moment.
Well, it does look like a J shape, doesn't it, as well? So if you look at it on the angle. So, yeah, it is quite hard to race around a J.
Oh, my God, it also kind of looks like a crossbow.
Yeah, it does look like a crossbow, doesn't it? I was wondering what you were thinking there. Lap 14 of 27. We're halfway in the race. Another 14 laps to go. And it's already drama. We've lost Jorge Martin, Ike Lucanoa, Alex Marquez, Jack Miller, Daniel Petrucci, and Johan Mir. Rins in a battle as well between Franco Morbidelli, Alex Rins, Luca Marini, and Fabio Quartararo. And Aleix Espargaro sort of a second ahead of this lot as well at the moment. But big fight between Bagnaia and Marquez. 3/10 between them now. That gap keeps fluctuating. It's now 2/10 of a second. Oh, Brad Binder has been given a long lap penalty by the stewards. I told you he touched the green too many times. Game over for him.
Morbidelli.
Oh, that's why, look, Morbidelli just got forced out wide. Marini went for a dive bomb manoeuvre. Rins followed him through. Rins just got out ahead of Marini. And now Quartararo passes Morbidelli. Quartararo going to the inside now to get ahead of Luca Marini. That becomes the outside through turn 7. They nearly crash. Down the back straightaway now towards Quersa at turn 8. Quartararo has got the knife between his teeth. On the inside, can't do it. Marini holds back. Zarco's passed Morbidelli as well. So Morbidelli then losing our positions. That's just the timer screen figuring itself out.
We managed to get through 14 laps to go, though.
Yeah, no one crashed then. Nearly, it was Morbidelli.
Yeah, nearly.
Look at this, though. They are matching sector times. Bagnaia and Marquez, 25 9s, 46 5s, 11 6s.
Binder's taking his long lap penalty now.
Yeah, and that's down at turn 9 and 10 at the Tramoto corner. So that's his long lap penalty done. Reminder, straight after this race in around about an hour's time, we'll be covering the British Touring Car Championship, their second race of the day from Brands Hatch, when the British Touring Car Championship can and will be decided. Let's take a look at the start, Megan. On board with Quartararo.
Right, so Quartararo got a bad start, actually, because it was passed by multiple people. Oh, that
dropped down
was
to
a bit of
17th
contact as well.
That was Johan Mir crashing on the inside.
Oh, that was close.
He gave it a lot of room, didn't he? He didn't want to crash, so he kept out of everybody's way. After a poor qualifying, it was about the best thing he could have done, just stayed out of everybody's way.
I tell you what, that's a screenshot.
Yeah, all the riders flashing through turn 1 and turn 2 as well. 12 to go. Marquez is still 2/10 away from Pepo Bagnaia, the race leader. So the race is still on between them. Quartararo now is hunting down Rins. So Quartararo has now, Megan, got ahead of Luca Marini. We haven't seen that on the TV pictures, but he has got it now as we catch up with them. The gap now in the championship is 36 points. It's still not enough. The championship will be decided next time out at Portimao in 2 weeks' time.
So who do you think is going to crash next?
Binder or Pirro.
Yeah.
One of those two who are running at the back as well and trying to catch up as well. Pirro is 20 seconds. No, he's only 8/10 behind Vinales. He's 20 seconds back. The entire field is separated by a minute and 5, but that's to Nakagami.
Ooh.
If we take it from Dovizioso, it's 23 seconds.
Martin.
Okay, so this is his crash towards turn 1. Down to the braking zone, turns it in. Oh, the front just drops away from him. Oh, and look, super slow-mo. Dorna, guys. That's the screenshot, Megan.
He should have gone like that.
Look at the super slow-mo as the bike just carries on, but look at Jorge Martin on his back through the gravel trap, and it flipped him like a ragdoll effect on Grand Theft Auto 4.
Is that all gravel falling out of his suit?
Yeah, it's the gravel is caught up. Unbelievable.
Still haven't been shown Luca Noah.
No, we haven't yet.
I want to know why. The rider's okay. Why aren't we seeing it?
Presumably we'll find out more in a second, as I've just broken my shoes, I've noticed. There's Jorge Martin back in. So he's limping as well, Megan. So he might be right with what he said about the fact that there's a little bit of limpiness between him.
Ligament, maybe?
Yeah, pulled a ligament, maybe. So, I hope he can ride in Portimao.
He seems to be walking okay, so maybe it's
Morbidelli to 11th. Morbidelli is P11 on the board as well. Is he stopped on the track? No, he's still going.
No.
So, yeah, he's just been passed by Bastianini then. Every time the timing screen moves, you wonder, is it someone falling down on the track?
You just kind of want to jump like a squirrel, just like,
is
crashed,
you've got to be really alert, haven't you? Then it usually comes up with a white display at the bottom. Marquez, if he gets ahead of Bagnaia, it will be another change in the championship positions. Marc Marquez's last win came last time out at the American Grand Prix. Bagnaia's last win as well on the deck came at the San Marino Grand Prix. So his last win was at this track as well. But Marquez's last was at the American Grand Prix in 2021. So it's closing between them right now. So basically, we're watching our last 2 race winners.
We are?
Yeah, San Marino, Bagnaia, America, Marquez. Now we come to Emilia-Romagna, the same track as San Marino. And it's a battle between them.
You watch Bagnaia and Marquez crash out and Paul Espargaro wins.
Quartararo dives up the inside, gets ahead of Alex Rins, so that's now putting me to 6th position on the timing monitor. The gap now, as you can see in the live championship points, puts Fabio Quartararo on 264, Bagnaia still on 227, the gap 37 points between them.
There's no way that it's not going to go there.
It's Quartararo's championship, isn't it now? I think as we're taking down the laps, he only needs a couple of... In fact, Quartararo only needs to finish inside the top 5 next time out to be champion. That's on quick
and
mental
that's
maths.
Likely.
Yeah. Or Bagnaia to not win. Bagnaia has to win, and he's not going to.
No, he didn't.
But still, 36 points now, as I think it's changing positions.
You watch now, we'll win.
Yeah, Bagnaia will be the champion. If that happens, it'll be the greatest turnaround in racing history.
It will be. Though, right now, I don't want to say the C word now.
Calm.
Yeah. You said it.
Do you say that too often then?
Yeah, I say calm too often.
Well, Marc Marquez doesn't want to stay calm. He wants to be on attack mode as well to try and go through.
I mean, yesterday, I said the word calm, and then there was a crash. literally less than a second later.
Paul Espargaro running P3 on the board at the moment. It's a great result for him. It's going to be another podium in his career. Let's just take a quick look at it as well. He's had a total of 6 podiums in MotoGP.
Marini passes Zarco.
So that is Marini up to P8, then Zarco down into P9 as we watch Quartararo try and hunt down Aleix Espargaro on the deck, coming out of turn 7. Down the hill now towards Cuersa at turn number 8. Rins is just alongside him as well, so it's a close-up between these two for an attacking manoeuvre, and it's not going to work out down to Cuersa. Oh, Zarco track...
I really thought that was crashing then.
Zarco has been given a track limits warning. Morbidelli's been passed by Vinales as Zarco passes Marini, so they've swapped back again. Oh, Quartararo's got him. Quartararo gets up the inside and passes Aleix Espargaro. That's a nicely job done as well. Quartararo! Oh, he misses it! Down in towards Carvone.
Oh.
In turn 11, he dropped out of it. Cuts back on the inside to the braking zone for turn 14 and Caro. Quartararo goes through. Ahead of Aleix Espargaro. Rins now goes to the inside to get ahead of Aleix into the braking zone. That was so close to contact. 38 points now the gap in the championship. Right now it's not enough to clinch it, but Fabio's getting close.
Bastianini passes... Who did he pass? Marini.
Yeah,
Marini.
Oh, TV pictures break up ever so slightly as they come through. 8 laps to go.
For a minute I thought it was going to change.
I thought it was going to change the channel, yeah.
I was like, what?
Our TV pictures broke up for a second. Quartararo then still holding it on. Let's take another look at that. So we got a good exit out of turn 10 at Toronto. Got on the inside into Carvone. Did you see that? The rear sort of lifted up. It was like the brakes turned on. He lost speed and then sent it up the inside and didn't force Aleix wide, but did just enough not to give Aleix position on the track. So
Do you know what I'm wondering? Has any of these all these riders, had a cramp in the leg at one point and crashed because of it?
I think Rossi has. I think he did it at Mugello a couple of years back as well. He had some sort of problems. I dropped my pen on the floor.
Do you know that type of cramp in your leg where it's like someone's like putting a knife down your leg?
Yeah. Morbidelli's got a track limits warning. So Morbidelli now with a limit to the track.
It's a type of cramp in your leg that makes you want to cry.
It's all go now. Look at this.
Right, so 8 laps to go, and it is... I think that is Bagnaia and
Marquez. Yeah. 7 to go now, and they're closing between them.
Of the dark.
Don't forget, Bagnaia was leading a race at the Italian Grand Prix at Mugello and binned it with about 11 to go. There's only 7 laps to go now, but Pepe Bagnaia looking to win for the second time this season at home, becoming the first rider since Valentino Rossi to win 2 races at home in Italy.
Ooh.
In Italy, remember, because I know that Marc Marquez won 10 in a row in 2014 or 15, and no, it would have been 14, wouldn't it? And absolutely dominated it. So this is what happened at turn 16 then. Oh, that's a screenshot and a half. Bagnaia on the curb, running completely, 280 kilometers an hour. That's 180 miles an hour.
That's a lot of curb.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
It kind of looks like he's not even on the ground.
He looks like he's flying on that motorcycle, doesn't he?
I'm so tempted just to paint these.
Gap now between Bagnaia and Marquez, 0.416 with 7 to go. The question is Marquez going to start hunting Bagnaia down now? And will Marc Marquez take the win? Don't forget, the last time these two came wheel to wheel was at Aragon 7 weeks ago. And it was Bagnaia who came out on top for his first ever race win over Marc Marquez.
It was. And I just had a really good idea for a painting. Dovizioso long lap penalty. And
too many track limits.
Do you know what painting is?
Painting.
Just a really good action shot of Fernando Alonso's car.
I thought it would be. Coming down now, Marquez runs it a little bit too wide and too deep in towards turn number 1, but still having a good run, still having a great shot between this running order. The points as they run. Let's take a look, because Bagnaia needed to outscore Quartararo by 3 points. He's done that, which means the title fight goes down to the next race. If Bagnaia crashes any point before the end of this race, Quartararo will be champion. So for the last 6 laps, it is still possible because Bagnaia could crash and give the title to Quartararo right here today. It could be a very shock clinch of the championship when he wasn't expecting it.
Bastianini passes Alicia Spargo, and it's... I was about to say the calm word again.
If Bagnaia and Marquez crash with each other, that gives Pol Espargaro his first ever race win, and he's been here since 2014 at Qatar.
I kind of want him to crash now so that he wins.
It would give Oliveira his 4th race win as well. Pol Espargaro is the only one in the top 6 who hasn't ever won a race.
Rossi passes Morbidelli for 14th.
Oh, brilliant. Rossi's into the points at his last home race. So he got ahead of Morbidelli there. And it's quite weird to see that it's Yamahas in 14th, 15th and 16th as Zarco passes Aleix Espargaro for P8.
Ooh, he's going down a lot, isn't he?
Oh, Marquez made a mistake in the last corner. The gap now 0.6 of a second. So Marquez made a slight error there at the last corner. Nearly cost him a race-winning position there. Still on the attack, though. Still on pressure. More power. Extreme power as Bastianini passes Rins as well. For P6, Rins goes down to 7th.
Just looking at the gap between Rossi and Binder. And it looks like he's catching him.
Closing it down, isn't he? So it's all go.
His gap is actually 0.999.
So he's on the 10th. Where is it? Point?
14th.
Yeah, it's closing between them. You're right. Gap now 1 second. So Rossi's going to catch Binder. Rossi's going to get Binder, which is brilliant news. He could even really have a go at Michele Pirro. Oh, Morbidelli, long lap penalty. So Morbidelli now has been given a long lap penalty once again as he's 2nd of the race. So that's what will give Rossi a position as well earlier on in the Grand Prix. We have a total of 5 laps to go here for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And the battle is on between Francesco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez. Of course, all eyes now also, Megan, remember, the end of the Touring Car Championship with the champion going to be crowned in the next... Oh, it's done! It's done! It's done! He has done it! I do not believe it! I do not believe it! Francesco Bagnaia has crashed out of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix! Fabio Quartararo is the 2021 MotoGP World Champion! It's happened! I do not believe it! The commentators cursed, you may say, but we talked about he might do it at exactly the same corner as Jack Miller, with Quartararo going onto the podium. The gap becomes 60 with only 50.
Oliveira's crashed out as well.
I think there's oil down. Oliveira's crashed at the same point. I think there's oil down. They might stop it. It doesn't matter. It's a Repsol Honda 1-2. But you are looking at the new world champion. Fabio Quartararo is the 2021 MotoGP champion with 4 laps to go. Talk us through it.
Bagnaia, what does he actually do?
Dropped it. Same
just
as
dropped.
Miller. Exactly the same as Miller. He dropped it on the deck and the bike goes flying. Marquez leads. Pol Espargaro 2nd. And it is Bagnaia and Oliveira out of the race. As Vinales passes Marini. Look at that. That's the moment they knew.
What happened to Oliveira?
Don't know. I think he must have just gone down the
Oliveira?
deck. Zarco's P5. Zarco's passed him. Peppo is out. Ducati congratulate themselves on a hard-fought season. Both retiring. You are watching the 22-year-old Fabio Quartararo, born 20th of April 1999. He is world champion. He is my age plus 1 day, and he's world champion. Unbelievable! The Day of Champions! We crown British Touring Car and W Series for sure, and we do crown the MotoGP champion here today. Peppo is out. El Diablo knows it. He's world champion.
That was certainly dramatic, and that means Marc Marquez will win, and it will be a Repsol Honda team 1-2.
The first in a long, long time as well. Another brilliant thing for Repsol Honda to prove their back. Marc Marquez kept the pressure on all race long as well, and he proved right. Marc's going to win for the 3rd time this year, but with Bagnaia crashing out exactly the same as Jack Miller, he's done it. I knew he would. would. I knew he would crash. It's always the pressure.
I just feel so bad for Bagnaia now.
Diego, the manager, and physio for Quartararo watches on. He is watching. Quartararo will now know he's world champion. The gap as it stands, look, 60 points with only 50 left on the board. He's done it. Yamaha, for the first time since Jorge Lorenzo in 2015, are the world champions.
Right, I want to know what happened to Oliveira, and it's Morbidelli gets passed by Dovizioso.
Morbidelli, Oliveira, I think, crashed at the same point. I think he must have crashed at the same point.
I wonder why he crashed.
60, I correct myself, 68 points the gap. With Dovizioso scoring no points here today, it will put it on for Quartararo. And it doesn't even matter if Quartararo doesn't finish this race. The gap coming in was 52 points. So it doesn't matter. Quartararo is the world champion of 2021. He becomes the first champion of the day to be crowned. Because we will crown the touring cars in an hour, and in 2 hours, or 3 hours rather, we'll crown the W Series champion. Or you will crown the W Series champion. Between Jamie Chadwick and Alice Powell now, the only two between them. So we've got a Brit champion. Unbelievable. 2 to go in this Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. It has flipped on its head with 4 to go. It has put Bagnaia crashing out. And we knew it was an outside chance. We've been saying it all weekend long. It was an extreme outside chance that he could take the title fight to Portimao. He had a fantastic qualifying, but Quartararo had a poor qualifying. But just like it always does in MotoGP, it flips on its head. And he has put Quartararo P3 and Bagnaia in 16th. He walks back in. Ducati are done for the year. And Quartararo, the 22-year-old, is going to be crowned champion in a lap and a half.
And that also means that everyone here now scores points, I think. Does Nakagami score points?
Yeah, Nakagami in 15th scores points.
Every rider is going to have points, which is good. And do you know where Rossi is?
Where is he?
11th.
Oh, brilliant. Last lap the call for this incredible, amazing, energetic Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Marc Marquez is going to win for the second race in a row. Oh, God, everybody. We're back to Marc Marquez dominance as well. He's back now, definitely to 100% fitness, isn't he?
And 8 riders have crashed out, though 9 riders have crashed. Where Nakagami just managed to get it, where he's been a sector down on everyone.
I reckon this is going to be classed as maybe the race. No, nothing can tap Styria and Austria, those 2 races with the wet weather. But I think this is going to cap for one of the most dramatic moments of the year.
Oh, he's crying.
Oh, he knew it was an outside chance, though. Quartararo came in 52 points ahead. He could only take it down to 37. Bagnaia had to hope that El Diablo would crash. He hasn't. It was Bagnaia who crashed. Peppo lost it.
It's just so sad.
You don't know what to say next. Oh, Quartararo's so happy he's got a track limits warning. It doesn't matter, he's the champion. But is Enea Bastianini going to get on the podium? Because Quartararo now is racing conservative and Bastianini is closing in on him. Bastianini's going to go for it. And El Diablo goes a little bit wide as well. Bastianini's going to go for a position move as well. Quartararo losing everything as well. It's so close between them. But Marc Marquez, he's going to do it. Oh, no, I think he's going to back out of it, No, he's done it. And he pushes off Quartararo. Quartararo tries to come back. He hasn't done it. Marc Marquez, the Iron Man, is back. He wins the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Paul Espargaro is second, a 1-2 for Repsol Honda. Bastianini is third. But the 2021 MotoGP World Champion is Fabio Quartararo. He is world champion at the age of 22. He clinches the championship after a dominating season. El Diablo has blown everybody away. Valentino Rossi finishes in P10 on his last appearance here in Rimini at Emilia-Romagna. Johan Zarco stays by his friend. Quartararo is in tears. Luca Marini, P9, he beat Rossi on the road.
They both finished side by side as well. You could see them just congratulating.
A new world champion in MotoGP, the first champion crowned today. Fabio Quartararo is the MotoGP world champion. champion after Francesco Bagnaia crashed with 4 to go while leading the race. Marc Marquez wins, Paul Espargaro second, Repsol Honda get a 1-2 for the first time since 2017, and it is Fabio Quartararo, El Diablo, aged at 22 years as well, born a day before I was. Somebody my age, exactly, is champion of the world. What a race. Gigi Dall'Igna congratulates the Yamaha team as well. That's sportsmanship. But Fabio Quartararo also becomes the first ever French MotoGP world champion. History made here in Rimini once again. And Luca Marini and Valentino Rossi, the brothers, unite as well on the track and give a wave to the fans. Grazie Vale. For everything he's done. He finishes P10. His bike's on fire, Megan. Valentino Rossi's bike's on fire. As Marc Marquez celebrates with the Johan Zarco as well as Fabio Quartararo. He is world champion. The first champion of the day is crowned. Yamaha's first world championship since Jorge Lorenzo back in 2015. And the first champion crowned of 3 we will now get today. The final of the W Series, the final of the touring cars. We will have now 3 champions on Champions Weekend here on YouTube. What a race. What a fantastic race. Rossi getting the emotions. Quartararo getting the emotion. Marquez getting the emotion as well. Fantastic race here in Emilia-Romagna.
That's a lot of yellow.
Hashtag L1Ablo. LD1Ablo. Unbelievable. It happened immediately. Down at turn 4. As soon as Bagnaia went down, I said it a couple of laps before. If Bagnaia crashes, Quartararo is the champion. I said it all race. There was always a feeling it could happen. But it happened. World champion parking spot. Yamaha unite. Quartararo is buzzing all the way around as well. El Diablo winning the title. We knew it was his really since Silverstone with a dominating performance. He clinches it here with 2 races to go. We head to Portimao and Valencia as really dead rubber races. Just for fun races. And I don't mind that because look at the scenes we're getting here.
Just
Unbelievable.
So I'm pretty sure it's just like crying now.
The number 20 gets peeled off. The number 1 is going on as well. Oh no, it's the 20 with the golden 1 in the background. What a thing. Let's take a look. Look, there's Paul Espargaro. First podium for Repsol Honda as well. But Marc Marquez wins for the 3rd time. Iron Man as well, crossing the line, pointing to his right, to his right arm as well. That caused all the problem. He's now won 2 races in a row, Marc Marquez. We're back to the good old days of him dominating. Marc Marquez is going to be a contender for next year's championship. So is Fabio Quartararo. 2022 is going to be unbelievable. But 2021 has been really all about this man. Please stop here in the middle of the pictures as I think a selfie going to be taken or something with a video. What's going on here? Oh, it's a history of Fabio Quartararo and he is crying his eyes out in sheer delight. It all started. He started his MotoGP career last season. It was
season?
It was his first race. He started the race from the pit lane. And now,
back to this.
2019, sorry, he started the pit lane. 2020, he won the first couple of races, looked like he was going to be the champion, but dropped off mid-season, came back in 2021, and he has really gone for it. Members of France, you are watching your first ever MotoGP world champion. Spain have been dominant for so many years. Every single season I have commentated on MotoGP has had a Spanish world champion. Across from from Johan Mir, across from Jorge Lorenzo, across from Marc Marquez. Now, a French winner for the first time. For the first time in my commentary career, for the first time since 2011 with since 2012 with Casey Stoner, it is a non-Spanish world champion. El Diablo and the Dancing Devil gets out. Flossing as well is Fabio Quartararo. He's having the time of his life out there, Megan. Absolutely brilliant.
I think this is probably one of the best days of his life. Probably the best day.
The best day, yeah. No, it's going to be very, very, very hard, if only to top this. I can't see how today's going to be topped. He's world champion for the first time. Marc Marquez wins. Pol Espargaro is second. Bastianini third. So Bastianini, at his home race, just like he did 5 weeks ago, gets a third place podium once again. Quartararo fourth. Don't think he cares. He's champion of the world. Zarco finishes 5th, Rins is 6th, Aleix Espargaro is 7th, Maverick Vinales is 8th, Luca Marini 9th. He finally outraces Valentino Rossi actually together when they were wheel to wheel. Brad Binder is P11, Michele Pirro 12th, Andrea Dovizioso is 13th, Franco Morbidelli 14th, and Takiki Nakagami is P15. Out of the race, Bagnaia, Oliveira, Martin, Luca Noah, Marquez, Miller, Petrucci, and Mia. What a race.
That's a lot.
And of course, not taking part in this race is going to be back in charge of this race is going to be Lorenzo Savadori, who broke his collarbone. Josh, can't do anything right now. We're stuck on the MotoGP until the top of the hour. With the champion being crowned. We're stuck on the MotoGP until the top of the hour.
This is gonna be fun. I need to sit down because I've been standing up so much.
Valentino Rossi with his brother Luca Marini. Now, can you tell which is which? Because I can't. Their faces look incredibly similar, don't they? But Grazie Vale on the board with Luca.
Just one has the doctor.
Yeah, good spot there, Max. Does he throw his helmet? Does he do a backflip? No. Valentino Rossi's helmet goes into the crowd and gets caught as well. So somebody's got the last ever race helmet of Valentino Rossi from this Grand Prix track. Some lucky fan. Unbelievable. Valentino Rossi's unbelievable, isn't he? He's loving every second of it.
I think if he could, he'd throw his bike to people.
I think if Valentino Rossi could, he'd throw himself up there as well to be carried and adored by his hometown fans.
He's probably just going to do it just like...
This isn't just his home race, Valentino Rossi. This is his town. This is where he was born, in Rimini, here in Italy. This is...
Really?
Yeah, this is his home track. In Tabelli, this is his home racetrack.
He was born in this town.
He was born 5 minutes away from this racetrack. The city is amazing. It's a little town.
I wonder where Marini was born.
Yeah, we'll try just after the MotoGP, Josh, don't we? Look, now Valentino Rossi gets back. We're delayed.
With another helmet.
Yeah, podium's delayed ever so slightly because we've still got riders out on track. It's party time here in Emilia-Romagna. Everybody is still out there. Who hasn't returned to the pit? Let's hear first of all from Enea Bastianini. His home track race as well, and he's finished in 3rd place. He's talking with Simon Crafar.
Fantastic ride and another podium at home. How do you feel?
They are.
Very strange because after the qualifying yesterday, I think it's impossible to do same at race 1. But at the end, I push a lot in the last part of the race, and my paces was really nice, like the first Misano, and it's incredible. After I think it's crash Pecco, and from 5 I'm go in 4th place. And at the end, I see Fabio very close. I think now you have to push over the limit, and the last lap stay incredible for me, and I'm arriving in the 3rd position. It's a very strange podium for me.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Not a bad race then on the board as Enea Bastianini finishes P3. Look, he flinched. He made Quartararo flinch. Bastianini really wanted that second podium. Sorry,
Between them.
say again, Max.
A little bit of a contact between them there.
Yeah, he really wanted that second podium, didn't he? And P3 on the board.
I think Quartararo is just like, it's like, okay, you can have it. I don't really care.
Yeah, Quartararo, champion of the world. It would have been nice if he was on the podium, though, but don't think he doesn't care. He's just had all that out of the track, and they're still there. Look, Rossi's still out there. Rossi is going and stopping at every one of his things as well. High-fiving on the marshals. Let's hear from Pol Espargaro. First podium for Repsol Honda as well. And their first 1-2 since 2017. Let's go over.
Roberto told us yesterday that if it was dry, you were strong, and you showed it. Did you know you could do that going into the race?
Well, more or less, I knew my pace coming from the test, but today the track was a little bit more tricky. I don't know, on the rear tire I didn't feel so good on the stopping, and I was struggling mostly part of the race. But then when I could overtake Miguel, I just put my rhythm. Unluckily, I lose Bagnaia and Mark so early in the race, and I couldn't follow them, and then I was completely alone, in between them and Miguel. But I was keep doing my rhythm comfortably, and then by the tension, I started to have pump. When I saw that it was 7-8 laps remaining by the end, and I was in that podium, I was so much on tension, and I couldn't even brake, and I was just wanted to finish the race in that position. So super pleased, super happy for the team. P1 and P2, that's amazing, but especially Takeo, all the crew that has been working huge to make that possible. I'm happy for me, but more happy for them.
Great job, Paul.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
First World Championship for Fabio Quartararo as well in his career. He's raced in Moto 3. He won there. He never won in Moto 3. He won one race in Moto 2. Came to Moto GP. He's won 8 races. He's had 20 podiums, and he has taken a World Championship as Rossi still... Is Rossi still out on the circuit?
Yes, he is.
Is Rossi still out on the circuit?
Yeah.
Quartararo's got back with the golden helmet, finally, and the smoke billowing around Emilia-Romagna. Tell you what, if you're in a helicopter looking down, you'll think it was a cloudy day here. The amount of fog bombs that have gone off here.
Why is there loads of green clouds that look
I
kind
know.
of yellowish? And it's like, don't know.
It's really unbelievable at the moment. Quartararo comes back in as well. They're all screaming now. And more people running into the fast lane to congratulate him. Lynn Jarvis there as well, congratulating him. Team coming in. But Fabio Quartararo, the 2021 MotoGP World Champion. Burnouts in the box as well. It's Quartararo World Champion of 2021. And he's going to go, I think he might go on the podium, because look, he's in Parc Fermé. The fans go off. You really can't see anything there. I'm glad we're not trackside, because you'd be coughing and choking. I'm glad we're in the commentary box for this one.
But everyone's just glad it's like they had their masks on.
Yeah. Bagnaia crashing with 4 to go automatically made Quartararo the world champion, regardless of what Quartararo did. The gap would have been 52 points anyway. The one thing I said could happen if Bagnaia crashes happened.
Yeah.
Did I curse him? Is that a curse of the commentator?
Maybe a little bit.
Because I said it 2 laps before he crashed.
Maybe.
Yeah, another curse of the commentator. That's the second time this weekend I've cursed. Alonso on Friday, and now,
Yes.
yeah. So curse of the commentator.
How about I cursed someone yesterday, remember? So
You
we're calm.
You did, but be careful with the W Series finale with yourself and Ian Birch later.
Ooh.
That could be an interesting one. Don't forget, we've also got Formula 1 later. Hamilton versus Verstappen, or Verstappen versus Hamilton at turn 1. That's going to be a great one. Oh, Bagnaia and Quartararo having a lovely chat, and that is sportsmanship like I love to see. Bagnaia happy for Quartararo, and a respect between them that has grown over the season.
He's worn out now.
Yeah, Quartararo's worn out. He's had to hop over. Oh, he did that with some style, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hopping over the barrier without ripping anything off. Have we heard from Marc Marquez, our race winner, yet? With Simon Crafar? I don't think we have we? No. Just yet. They're all waiting to get going. He's still there, though. This we should be over in 3 minutes. It's still going on because of the champions. Big hug for the FIM president as well. But look at this. He's exhausted. Paul Espargaro congratulates now Fabio Quartararo. Champion day coming through. Marc Marquez, a world champion, congratulates another world champion. Marquez, though, back to winning race. His 3rd win of the year. His 2nd win in a row. 2022. Mark's back on business, isn't he?
I think that's going to be very competitive next year between the two.
Oh, I can't wait. Bring it on. Bring it on. We were denied it last year and this year. Bring on the Quartararo Marquez dominance. They're both young guys. Bring it on. Right, Marc Marquez finally is going to talk with Simon Crafar after about a 15-minute delay to the festivities on the circuit. First of all, Francesco Bagnaia. Is this his onboard crash then, Megs?
Yeah.
Coming through. Let's see how he did it then. Through turn 15.
And
Down to turn 16. Yeah.
now, I'm
Just
pretty
drops
sure.
it.
Just
Heartbreak.
jumps off.
He knew immediately. As soon as that bike went, it would have been like slow
Yeah.
motion from Deadpool.
He
would have,
literally just jumped off, just like kind
Yeah.
of scared.
It would have been like slow motion in the opening of Deadpool for Bagnaia
Ooh.
just then.
He almost got hit by a piece of debris as well.
All these debris pieces flying off. Right, let's have race winner Marc Marquez back to winning ways. He's second win in a row. He's third of the year. He's with Simon Crafar.
Yes, Pecco fell off, but to keep the pressure on him here, where he's so brilliantly fast at a track that's not left hands, I think it's my favourite ride of yours of the year. What do you think of it?
It's the most important of the year, this one.
For me, it's the most important of the year.
Winning a right corner circuit was the corners and the circuits that I struggled a lot this year, and still I'm struggling a bit, but it's the progress, it's the evolution, and it's something special. I mean, it's something that will give to me a lot of confidence for these next 2 races, but especially for the winter time, to be more calm, to be patient, and yeah, with the time everything is going in a good way. So this is the most important. Today the pace was unreal on the race. I mean, Pecco was riding super fast. When I saw the 32 low, I mean, I don't know how he was able to stay there, but in the lap when I give up, because I saw that he was extremely fast on that lap, then he crashed. It's true that I was putting pressure to him, but Pecco was the fastest rider on the track today. Apart of that, today is not my day, it's the day of Fabio. I want to congratulate him. He deserved, he did an incredible season, an incredible job. So congrats Fabio, Yamaha team, and yeah, we will try to put some difficulties next year to hit.
Impressive, Mark. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Marc Marquez, incredibly happy with that one. Everybody needs a little bit of a breather and a break now, don't we, as we get ready for the podium finally before we go off air. In the next half hour, we will start our coverage for the British Touring Car Championship, round 29 of the season, where we could crown a champion. If Ash Sutton can keep the gap at 33 points, he will be the champion for the British Touring Car Championship, because there is only 42 points left on offer, but there's still a 33-point gap. So whatever happens at the end of round 29, coming up in half hour, that could be the Touring Car Championship decided. And then later on we're on here at 4:55 with the race starting at 5, and I'll be there for the beginning part just in the background. We will be having the racing championship of W Series to round out the day. Jamie Chadwick leading the championship now by just 10 points to Alice Powell. So it's going to be straightforward then.
Yet?
Yes, they already had the qualifying yesterday. Same grid.
After I get that essay done, I'll just write down all the notes.
Yeah, I'll send you the qualifying lineup. It's going to be another great one as well for W Series. That's on at the same time, by the way, as the last race of the British Touring Cars round 30. That's why I'm not in the commentary box.
Yeah.
Megan Burge and Ian Burge take you through the W Series last race.
Did they start at the same time?
At 5 o'clock. No, British Touring Car race starts at 5:10, but could be delayed ever so slightly. Everything's delayed by about 15 minutes. So I'll be there for the start of the race and the start of the program.
So you can help me just like start it.
Yeah, and I'll be there to start the clock as well. So yeah.
I feel like yours will get done quite quickly when it comes to like timing, though. It's going to be like really long.
22-minute race. They're going to end at the same time, but because they'll end at the same time, roundabout. 30 minutes plus 1 lap,
It's going to be a
plus a 30-minute touring car race. They'll end around about the same time.
Yeah, you're going to have to write
Fabio
notes.
Quartararo, world champion. He's with Simon Crafar.
World champion.
I still don't believe it. I can't even talk. Feels amazing, and yeah, later maybe I could talk a little bit more, but right now I'm living the dream, and feels good to have also my family with me, and we will enjoy a lot during tonight and until the end of the season.
Massive congratulations.
Thank you.
It was his first.
Fabio Quartararo jumping over everything. Jorge Lorenzo, the last Yamaha world champion, is there as well, congratulating him. But, as I said, it's the first time since 2012 that we've had a world champion who isn't a Spanish rider.
I've noticed Quartararo's just acting like a kangaroo now, just jumping everywhere.
Tears in the eyes, the first ever French world champion for MotoGP. I know we're a bit longer on air than what we usually are, because in the next minute or so we would usually go off air. But it's because we're waiting for the podium, then we'll wrap up, and then we'll get ready for the British Touring Car race as well, which is going to be another great one. It's non-stop today, non-stop action across the YouTube channel on what we're dubbing Champions Day, because we've already crowned the MotoGP World Champion with Fabio Quartararo. We're going to crown a British Touring Car Champion. Only 2 drivers left in that. Either it's going to be Ash Sutton or Colin Turkington, the only 2 left in the fight. And in the W Series, we'll also crown a champion, either Jamie Chadwick or Alice Powell. The 2 will take that. Whether Jamie will win her 2nd title in a row, Alice her 1st World Championship. But of course, with the W Series, it's the World Cup Championship.
I feel like if Jamie wins her 2nd championship, she's gonna be like the W Series version of Hamilton.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping Alice Powell wins personally. Jamie's got one.
She's
Alice could do
Verstappen.
with it. Yeah. Alice could do with a one after her brilliant season. She won the opening race, Alice Powell. Jamie Chapman won race 2, and they sort of traded positions, didn't they?
I really want Alice to win, because Jamie's already had one. It'll be nice for Alice to have one, then to compete next season.
I mean, they're both British as well, so it's great for us that we've got
it's a British win-win.
Yeah, it's from a personal British standpoint as well. We've got a British W Series champion, which is fantastic. But between Jamie or Alice, we don't care. We just want a good fight between them, and whoever wins is a champ. But whoever wins is the champion. If Alice wins, they're both champions of W Series. If Jamie wins, it's a shame for Alice, but it's a great race by Jamie to fight back from a difficult year. It's all gone, and I really can't wait.
And it's close anyway, so it's congratulations to them both already for that.
Yeah, 10 points between them in the last race for the W Series. Champions Day is brilliant. Through all the series getting wrapped up today, we can't wait also for when Formula 1 wrap up the title, what we're thinking is going to be the last race in Abu Dhabi. 6 points between Hamilton and Verstappen, 6 races to go. They lined up 1st and 2nd on the grid for the United States Grand Prix later on as well, so that's going to be another fantastic one. For Marc Marquez, though, it's win number 59 of his career. It's his 99th podium in MotoGP. And Enea Bastianini as well comes out. It's his 2nd podium in MotoGP. His 34th of his career. Pol Espargaro as well, looking at the board. It is his 7th MotoGP podium. His 51st of his career. And for Marc Marquez, victory number 85 of his career, 59th of MotoGP, his 99th MotoGP podium, his 158th career podium as well in MotoGP.
So next time out, he's on the podium.
It's podium 100, yeah. Although we're all looking at Valentino Rossi, because he's currently on 199 podiums. We all wanted to take his 200th podium in the last 2 races. We're all keeping our fingers crossed that can happen.
I really want that to happen. I just wish they would do a purposely crash so that Rossi could be first.
Repsol Honda get the Constructors' Trophy. Their first 1-2 in a long time. Jorge Villegas, the FIM president, congratulates all 3 and will give the 3rd place trophy to Enea Bastianini. His last podium was 5 weeks ago here at Mazzano. 5 weeks later, he takes a 2nd podium as well at his home circuit as well. He was born here in Rimini, a 23-year-old, just like Valentino Rossi and Luca Marini.
He was also born in Rimini.
Getting a home podium.
Well, that town certainly seems to be MotoGP.
Crazy,
It's like it's one of the greats.
Pol Espargaro gets his 7th podium in MotoGP. His first podium was Repsol Honda, and his first, therefore, of the season as well. It's his 51st career podium. But Marc Marquez, 59th victory, 99th podium. Iron Man is back. 2nd win in a row for Marc Marquez. This time, though, on a right-handed circuit. The shoulder he damaged so much so in 2020. He's back on top. and we will hear the Spanish national anthem. But
We have to talk through it.
yeah, which is the says. Just listen to the fans as well. They love a good motor race, no matter who won, no matter what anthem. They've seen the champion crowned at Mazzano. They've seen their hero Valentino Rossi P10, his brother also from the circuit P9, and a hometown boy, Enea Bastianini, on the Aventine bike P3 as well for the second time in a row at this circuit. But Marc Marquez wins for the third time this year, and crucially as well, the first two were on left-handed circuits. He wins this one on the right-hand side, proving he is back. Nothing can stop the Iron Man. And now, as ever, it is time for champagne! And the champagne flies at an amazing Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. It has been another dramatic one. Repsol Honda get their first 1-2, but the 2021 world champion is Fabio Quartararo. Megan, who's your riders of the day? Because there's got to be loads after that race.
Well, Rossi, Quartararo, and it's Marquez for actually managing to get through that with his arm.
Yeah. Lot of days of wonder, but the world's in motion because
Who are your
we've got
riders?
it. My riders, Marc Marquez, Pospargo, Bastianini, Quartararo, and Marini, Rossi as well. All those Bagnaia as well, throwing him in there for what he did as well. It's been a great, great race. That's it from us then. We'll be back in 20 minutes' time exactly for the British Touring Car Round 29, where we could crown a champion for that series as well. Megan will be back for the W Series at 4:55 British Summer Time for the action there from the W Series last race. And, of course, we'll be back with the third British Touring Car race of the day at the same time as Megan's. And, of course, the big event of today, if anything can top the MotoGP, it will be the Formula One, as Lewis Hamilton starts second. Max Verstappen starts on pole position as well. 6 races to go, 6 points between them in America. We're in for a Texas showdown. But El Diablo, Fabio Quartararo, makes history here in Italy. He is the first ever French MotoGP champion of the world. We'll see you later. Goodbye from MotoGP.